It's Ladies' Day. It is the Big Island of Hawaii, and the 2025 Ironman World Championship is just about to get underway. A few short weeks ago, it was a Norwegian sweep in Nice, France, as Casper Storns, Gustav Iden and Christian Blumenfeld swept the podium. Can it be done by Germany today? Can it be done by another country? We will just have to wait and see. The sun hasn't poked its nose over Mount Hualalai just yet, but the light and the energy in the action is electric down here. Well, I'm not buying the part when Lucy says hopefully a set of feet to follow, because that ain't going to happen, Lucy.
You know, every year we're like, can anybody swim with Lucy Charles-Barclay? Last year here in Kona, or 2 years ago here in Kona, the gun went off and I was in the boat there, and it was incredible how quickly she was able to separate herself from the rest of the field.
Just getting into the final preparation right now, inside of the last minute or two before we get underway with today's race. Here, Marinda Carfrae. I am Greg Welch, sitting down here at the Lewis Palace and getting ready for a start of the 2025 edition. Athletes now going for 6,000 points here. Kat Matthews leads the Ironman Pro Series. They're racing for $375,000 of shared prize money, 125 of that going to our winner. So we'll take a moment to just listen in to Jo Murphy as she gets us underway with this year's race.
And we are racing. The 2025 Ironman World Championship is now underway. Let's go.
The traditional cannon start signals the opening of this year's 2025 race here at the Ironman World Championship. Kailua Bay now is sent into a washing machine like foam as Lucy Charles-Barclay gets us underway here. Marinda Carfrae off to a clean start.
Also a clean start, and interestingly, Lucy Charles-Barclay actually started in the middle, so she was one of the athletes that opted for the middle. And funny you say that. When we were talking about the conditions, you said middle would be the best considering the swell and how the ocean conditions are playing out today. But Lucy Charles-Barclay in the middle. This first couple of 100 meters will be very telling, so we'll be watching very keenly. And we do have Daniela Riff as well as Fenella Langridge down on the boat, so they'll be giving us some live coverage from the course.
We are so excited to be here. The energy is electric. That cannon went off and my heartbeat just shot up about 200 beats. We're about 200 meters into the race. What's happened so far?
Yeah, we're seeing Lucy Charles-Barclay already having a small gap. Taylor Nip just a few meters back, but it looks like Lucy is really opening it here. And then we have Holly Lawrence in third place, just on the feet, trying to hold on to Taylor's feet.
Yeah, she's trying to hold on. I think that gap has got a little bit too much for Taylor. She was there for maybe the first 100 meters or so. But yeah, that gap's grown, and I don't think she'll be able to pull that back unless Lucy has a crazy change of ideas and decides to slow down. This pack has all come together. This first 200 meters is vitally important in this Ironman race, and packs will be made or broken here, and arms are still flailing. Their heart rate will be through the roof still at this point.
It's all about positioning as well. You want to get some good feet you can trust, and we see also a little bit just where the buoy is, the three next to each other, swimming quite close. So how does it feel when you're so close to each other?
You're kind of battling for positions at this point. You want to be on that person's feet in front of you. You don't want to give anyone that extra inch.
Yeah, and as the sun is not up yet, that helps a lot. They don't have to swim against the sun, so they can still see the kayaker. And here we see that.
This has been amazing so far. There's definitely a lead group and the group behind. Decisions they've got to make now. Who knows? Let's take it back to the studio.
Yeah, the setting up are very similar to when she went wire to wire, basically in 2023, and won. But yeah, we are looking at another stellar swim performance from Lucy Charles-Barclay, and from all accounts, she's in phenomenal shape. Looking back at that second pack, Chelsea Sodaro, another notable, was in that main pack behind Taylor Nib. So that's one we're going to watch. We haven't got confirmation, but it did sound like from the women on the boat that Kat Matthews was possibly in that third pack. So she was trying to make sure she didn't drop off the Taylor Nib group, but Kat Matthews one we will be watching keenly as we roll through. We had a hot pink in that main pack. I assume that would be Holly Lawrence, but we'll be looking to find Solveig Lovseth. And correction, Lisa Perder was the other yellow cap. So Lisa with most likely Kat Matthews. So yeah, some good company, and things will still shake up here, and I'm sure the ladies will get a closer view on who's who down there in the swim. But Lisa Perder, Laura Phillip and Kat Matthews and Amaja Lane, I believe, is in that third pack too. So our like super strong bikers. I mean, of course, Lucy Charles Barkley is one of those two. Taylor Knibb is one of those two. But those women, when they come together, they seem to be able to create magic. And that's what they did in Hamburg, Solvi, Kat and Laura. So, yeah, this is shaping up to be all we had ever hoped for.
Just a couple of things to point out here, Marinda. You can see that the packs are going left to right. They're having a hard time navigating their way around this course. And now, when you warm up for this race and you do this, swim course in training, you're always looking out to those mountains where they hit the sea. There's a little bump right at the second to the last mountain out there. That's always a good mountain to look at, because when you're going up and down like that, you can barely see the buoys.
So here we are with the main chase pack. Danny, who are the big hitters in this group?
So we have Haley Jura leading this group, followed by Holly Lawrence. Then just on her feet, Taylor Knibb. So yeah, great group to be in. Then we have Rebecca Clark, Marta Sanchez, Chelsea Sodaro. So she's having a great swim. It's the perfect position she can be in. Lotte Wilms and Indy Ali. So still quite some horsepower in there for the bike.
They're all great cyclists. This is phenomenal.
Yeah, and as we see also, the second chase pack is already over 2 minutes 15 back.
Unfortunately, Hannah is just losing Indy's feet but there is still Hannah Berry, and then on her feet is 14, which is, we'll get that back. Regan Holyoak. Followed by Steph Clutterbuck and Julie Lemon.
Yeah, so I mean, it looks like they're actually swimming against the current, and it's a bit more wild out here. So the pace might be a little bit longer. I mean, Lucy was out at the boat in 24 minutes, super fast swim from her. And also these ladies, they're really pushing the pace. They don't want to have too many people in this group, and as you can see, they're also spread out. Everyone like single line. That means they're going really fast.
Yeah, and you see Lucy coming here in there on the left. She'll make that turn and she'll swim alongside the pier and all the way into the Ruby T1.
That's right. So course record is now gone by near, and it is Lucy Charles Barkley. What a great swim. She led from 150 metres into the swim today. Nobody being able to take the feet of Lucy here today. As they made their way out toward that turnaround buoy, it was a very, very tough swim there today. They were fighting the incoming current and the wind, and now on the way back it's been a lot faster to come back. 23 minutes and 46 seconds to get out to the turnaround buoy here today, and now coming back, it is in the Roka swim. It's going to be Lucy Charles Barkley, the 2023 Ironman World Champion, that runs up the steps first. She'll undo the helmet, and not the helmet, she will undo the swim cap and her swim skin. She'll get some fresh water going through the showers. Into the changing tent she goes, and then she will run another 150 metres to the transition area. Marinda Carfrey, take us through the transition here in the Ruby transition number 1.
So we just actually ticked seconds ago past what she swam in 2023. So she was a 49.36 2023. It's going to be like 10, 15 seconds slower than that this year. So within reach of that time. Lucy Charles Barkley now out of the water. She'll pull down that swim skin and she'll run through the showers here, quickly grabbing her bag, locate the bag, and off she'll go into that change tent. She'll take off that swim skin, and while she's doing that, she'll take off her swim cap, goggles, put all of those have to go back into that gear bag. From there, she will get her nutrition and whatever else she needs for the bike. And as she's running out, she'll come out the other side of that change tent. And as she's coming out, she'll put those nutrition gels and so forth in her back pockets. And yeah, she'll be running around the transition area as quickly as possible. And we're going to see what that time split is.
49 minutes, 29 seconds on the clock. In second place, Haley Chura now exit stage right. She's going to make that left-hand turn through the Shower she goes. Holly Lawrence, Taylor Knibb, right
Clark.
there in there. Rebecca Clark and Marta Sanchez. Lot of films from the Netherlands coming in. Oh, look at
Chelsea
this.
Sodaro, 2022 Ironman World Champion.
Wow, that was a good swim from Chelsea today. You know she's coming into cracking form right now. Here comes the aerodynamics that are going to be displayed here with Lucy Charles-Barclay making her way through the age group transition here in the Ruby transition area, number 1.
So Lucy Charles-Barclay, that's the mount line, that pink line on the ground there. She has to push her bike beyond that line before she can hop on her bike, and she has done that nicely. We're looking at Holly Lawrence now in the Ruby transition 1.
Marta Sanchez coming in from Spain there. Now we get the rest of the group that's going to be coming in. Taylor Knibb coming through, Hayley Chura, and also looks like India Lee that's had a good swim. Of the bike ride today, will they chase Lucy Charles-Barclay, or will they let Lucy get up the road before they hit the main highway and get into their rhythm?
We have a special guest joining us now. We have Michaela Jones. Michaela won here in 2006, Olympic silver medalist. MJ, what are you seeing here today?
You know, I think Lucy, it's like the word all day and all week has been Lucy, Lucy, Lucy. And, you know, we know that Lucy's game plan is to get on the front and let people chase. And, you know, it's been a little bit quiet about, well, what's Taylor been up to? It's been super hush-hush. So she's sort of like, I guess, keeping what she's been up to very close to her. But, you know, I think this is what I love about World Championships, because you never know what's going to happen. We're going to have somebody who's going to, like, totally blow us all out of the water today. Yeah, it's actually like, you know, as we're sitting here down in downtown Kona, it's a lot cloudier than it's been. But the humidity, it's like once you get out there, the humidity is a little bit higher than we experienced the last couple of days. Yesterday was a little bit more humid. Today's going to be a little bit more humid. But, you know, they're lucky right now because they're riding in clouds, and that's going to really help you, because that intensity of the sun just has not just a physical impact, but it has that mental impact as well.
What's going on here, Michaela? What's going through your head?
Yeah, you know, you're just trying to get, she just missed some hydration. And, you know, as an athlete, that can sometimes frustrate you because, you know, you've planned, like, as you come up to those aid stations, what do I need? What do I need to get? And, you know, it's like it's those points where you can really tell if an athlete is, like, right on top of everything they're doing, if they're losing any focus. So it felt like she lost just a tiny bit of focus and a little frustrated when she didn't get that water.
If it's that important, why don't you slow down?
Exactly. I think, it's kind of, again, every little choice you make on race day will impact you in the marathon later on. I think everyone sort of expected to see Solvi, Kat, and Laura, and Lisa Perderer was sort of an outside, like we probably might see her in there, but we didn't, I don't know, I didn't expect her to sort of get away. This is a great picture of her on the bike right now on the felt.
There's been a lot of talk about Solvi, especially in Europe, and you know, for the people that aren't used to seeing Solvi, she's coming out of an Olympic distance racing career, you know, on Team Norway, represented her country at the Olympic Games, just like you, Danny, and you know, now stepping it up into the Ironman distance. Now, if we go back a few weeks ago, we saw that Christian Blumenfeld, Gustav Eden, and Casper Storns all representing their country at the Olympic Games as well. Now, you know, transferring it over the distance, going up in the middle distance, now into Ironman distance, and you can see what's happening. Now, if the next Norwegian is not a male that's going to do very well, it's Solvi. And Solvi is the one that stepped it up in the distance here. And I think that she's really found a distance that's going to work for her. Didn't have the foot speed at the Olympic distance to get it done, but I do think that she's in for a good race today. She's been one of the dark horses. A lot of people, you know, have been texting me saying, watch out for Solvi, she's going to do great. Lucy is going to do the U-turn in Hawi Town. She'll look over her left shoulder. She will see Taylor Knibb, and for Taylor Knibb, looks over her left-hand shoulder. There is the penalty tent, and also where you'll be able to get your special needs nutrition coming up. It'll be on the left-hand side, on the uphill side of when exiting Hawi Town. So the booming sugar cane plantation here in the 70s is now filled with tourism, agriculture, restaurants and shops, and there we go. We can see the aid station. That's where they'll be able to pick up their special needs, and some of the beautiful old buildings, you know, back in the day. What a gorgeous part of the world it really is here in Hawi. Lucy Charles makes the turn in Hawi, and in just a second she'll be heading south
And back home. she'll smell the barn, and I think she'll put the afterburners on. But this is another crucial point of the race. We'll see her right now take that turn, and she'll be able to get a really good look of Taylor Knibb. So hard for Lucy to get too many splits back to athletes behind them, because obviously she's in front. So there we go. The bridge has been made. So that is Taylor Knibb and Fenella Langridge is on the ground there, but that is Lucy Charles-Barclay, and she would be a little surprised, I think, to see Taylor. Maybe not so surprised. I think she would have expected to see Taylor bridge up at some point, but in that last sort of 5 to 10 kilometres, Taylor Knibb has decided it's time now. So that's Solveig Lovseth, and she is heading out towards Hawi, and she gets a good look at Lucy Charles-Barclay. They definitely made eye contact. You could see that helmet sort of turn to face, and then of course Taylor Knibb. There's not much between Lucy Charles-Barclay and Taylor Knibb, but Solveig on the way up, and the other, everyone knows it now. We all know where everyone is.
Joining us in studio, a 4th place and 6th place finisher in this race before from Denmark, Michelle Vesterby.
And Michelle, do you think Lucy and Taylor have a partnership here? Like they're stronger together?
No, not at all.
No love lost?
I don't think so. Not that they don't have respect and love for each other, but I think Taylor is a solo person. So she will go out there, and I talked a little bit to some persons in her team last night, and they were like, she will bring out her A game. We haven't seen Taylor yet. We will see Taylor today. So, and I said, if you say that, then it's a hunt for the win. And they couldn't agree more. So,
well, if you say that, then I'm looking forward to an explosion. Then not of a bad one. I'm thinking that Taylor's going to have to really get going here after Kauai. Inside of the last 35 miles coming back into town, that's where the race for these two is going to be won and lost, because Lucy doesn't run as fast as Laura Phillip. Taylor Knibb on paper doesn't run as fast as Laura Phillip or Lucy Charles-Barclay. So this is going to be a strategy.
Here we go. And just as you say that, you see Taylor Knibb rolling out to the side. That is an indication that she is planning on passing Lucy Charles-Barclay. And, of course, she has 25 seconds to pass. Not going to be a problem there. But this is a move. So this is our first lead change of the day. We have Taylor Knibb from the USA taking the lead now from Lucy Charles-Barclay. And this is...
She just looked up. What am I doing now? Yeah. Interesting.
Well, as of now, 3 hours and 40 minutes it took somebody to go into the lead and take it from Lucy Charles-Barclay. Now, that was the move that we spoke about inside of a minute ago. Taylor Knibb, this is plan A. If plan B comes into action, that means that she's not going to be in the lead anymore. But plan A is working. Michelle, you were right. Marinda, you were right. She's got to try and stretch out the gap. Now, Lucy Charles-Barclay has to now calculate, am I going to go with this pace and get a bigger gap on someone like Solveig and Laura Phillip, because they are the two runners in the field that can probably run a little bit quicker, but now they have to make that decision. Look at the legs of Taylor Knibb. She's out there cranking away. The nutrition's going to be her best friend on the way back into town here, because it's getting hot. It's getting humid, and it is really heating up downtown. So when they get time to go out for the run today, it's really going to be hot. Michelle, Marinda, look around. Can you see any of the trees moving? Absolutely not. Humidity, 80%. The heat out on course today is going to get up to about 88 to 89 degrees, which is 3 degrees warmer than normal. Yeah. We're in for a good race.
We always are. I mean,
and it's so humid here because of all the rain this morning, right? So it would be, they will kill themselves out on a league if they're not playing it smart.
So just exiting Kauai right now, you got the Pu'ukohola Heiau, which is a National Historic Site. It also preserves the ruins of the great temple that were built around 1790 and 91. You can see right up there on the right-hand side by King Kamehameha I. So it does have a history, this island. It has a lot of history with the villages, and we are talking about history today because we've never seen Taylor Knibb and also Lucy Charles-Barclay switching positions in the IRONMAN World Championship at the lead of the race. And now you talk about Solveig Lovseth also coming into the picture.
And we just received some unfortunate news that Lucy Charles-Barclay has received a yellow card. She unintentional littering, so she accidentally dropped a bottle outside of an aid station. The athletes are allowed to discard their trash at aid stations. She unintentionally dropped a bottle, received a yellow card. That will be a 1-minute penalty that she will need to serve at the next penalty tent. So that will be at the Manalani. So that is coming up. They're now on the Queen K. They will ride a few little rollers here, and then she'll have to pull off and take that 1-minute penalty.
Yeah, that's right. And then Taylor Knibb will be riding on a little lonesome right there. So it'll be interesting to see if Lucy Charles-Barclay tries to make a move and go around Taylor Knibb to, force a little bit of time there, or will she just keep the composure, take it on the chin, and hop into that penalty tent and just have a nice cool drink and then get ready to go again. So unfortunately, right there for Lucy Charles-Barclay, having that little issue right then.
The athletes will go through this aid station, so Lucy will have to hop into that yellow tent that is the penalty tent right after that aid station, and Taylor Knibb making sure she's staying legal. She's got to make sure she stays 12 meters behind, and we're going to throw down to Fenella at the penalty tent.
So we have Lucy behind us. I'm not sure she's had many penalties before, but she knows what to do. She is a pure professional. She will be hydrating. She'll be checking how long she's had to stop there. She'll be topping up on everything that she needs to. Taylor has literally shot off. She has taken advantage of this opportunity and used it. She's only got a minute. Does Taylor know that? Probably not. Let's go, Lucy! Come on! And there she goes, like it never happened. Pure professionalism right there.
Kat Matthews wearing number 2 today is powering alongside of the Ellison Onizuka Kona International Airport with about 11 kilometres to ride, 7 kilometres down on Taylor Knibb, who seems to be in control of this race. Laura Phillip, on the other hand, wearing number 1 today, and the defending world champion is in the same group as Kat Matthews. But for Taylor Knibb, with just a few short kilometres to go, 3.3 to be exact, and 2 miles, it looks like Marinda Carfrey, 3-time Ironman World Champion, she's got the race at her hands right now, and also not so much with Lucy Charles-Barclay with the pressure. I would imagine that Taylor is really feeling it right now. She's going to have the run of her life, but with Lucy Charles-Barclay, going to be chasing you and running you down, it's going to be a real battle between those two. But Solving loves it, can run as well.
In a marathon, each of these women would take every second over their competitor going into the marathon, but really it's not a big deficit. It could go either way. Right now, I think Lucy maybe has the upper hand, and again, it's cooling down here. The cloud cover, there's no sun here. A lot of cloud cover and some winds picking up, at least where we are at the Palace, which is right by Elite Drive. So cooler conditions, I think, play maybe into Taylor Knibb's favour, just because I know Lucy has the pedigree or the history to race and run well in the heat here. But again, we don't know Taylor, a prepared Taylor. This is a new Taylor. This is Taylor who has done the work, who has done the preparation, and has had all eyes on this race all year long.
Kuakini Highway, the penultimate road, and then on the swinging Palani Road here. Right-hand turn, the shoes are unstrapped, the feet are on top of the shoes in the pedals there, and Taylor Knibb heads for home. The Ruvi T2 is coming right up with the American right on top at this point in time. You go back 2 years, she was 1 minute and 30 seconds down with a time of 4:34, and it was 4:32.59 for Lucy Charles-Barclay. 29 for Lucy Charles-Barclay, but today it has been rewritten. Taylor Knibb from the USA is first off the bike. Out onto the run course right now. She is there at a 5:26.53. Lucy Charles just about to grab the bag, head into the change tent, and then, just like Marinda says, will she put those socks on? And if so, how long will it take?
And that's Taylor Knibb. Now, she's just started the Hoka run. She's heading up Palani, so it's a slight incline. She'll head up to up Palani, up to Kuakini, take a ride on Kuakini, another ride on Hawalalai, and then left on Elite Drive, and she'll head out for 3 miles or 5K on Elite Drive and then turn around and come back. She'll get a good look of all the competitors as she comes back down Elite Drive before she heads out up Palani and out onto the Queen Ka'ahumanu Highway. And it'll be pretty lonely out there for a little bit.
The gap has now come down from 140 to 128 over 1 kilometre. So 12 seconds over the last kilometre was the deficit. So really good pacing here by Lucy Charles-Barclay, running along at 6:16 mile pace, 6:28 for Taylor Knibb.
Yeah, again, Taylor running very well, very solid, but Lucy Charles-Barclay taking a little bit of time out of it each time check. Solvi looks like she's running around steady, similar pace to the other two women. She's sitting at 5:50 back from Taylor Knibb. So running just a little quicker than Taylor Knibb right now, but Lucy Charles-Barclay out of those top three, fastest on course. And here it is. Here's these two hammerheads, Laura Phillip, Kat Matthews. They are locked in battle, and these two women will run through the field. How far up the field they can get remains to be seen, but they have a task on their hand if they are to make it to the top step. And we are joined in studio by Liz Blatchford from Australia. Lizzie got third in Kona 2 times. But Liz, thanks for joining us. What are you seeing out there today? Anything that is surprising to you?
Ultimately, I hate to say it, but at this point, I think it means one of the top three really cracks. Those time gaps off the bike are insurmountable if those top three women run what they're capable of. But we are in Kona, and it's, we're all sitting here sweating.
Highly probable that somebody
likely.
cracks. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But this is not an unfamiliar sight, seeing Kat and Laura run together like this. And last year we saw it nearly cook Kat, right, at World Champs. So whether it's a good thing for them or not, it's not unfamiliar to them. They know each other inside out. All their pre-race interviews, all they talked about was each other. They watched each other all day on the bike. But did they let too much time go up the road? You do not want to go too hard up Palani. Like I talked about earlier, it will peak your heart rate and it's hard to come back from. So these two women both taking it, relatively cruisy in their terms, up this climb is the absolutely right thing to do. If I saw someone screaming up if Lucy really tried to pass fast here, that wouldn't be the right thing to do. But yeah, they're both staying within themselves, haven't missed the aid station, taking what they need. And this will be interesting. Will Taylor go with her?
Here we go, the pat on the back, yeah. Lucy Charles-Barclay.
You've got to be confident to do that because, not even 10 miles into it and anything can happen out here. We know that as Lucy now takes control of the race. She took control of the shoes a little while ago, probably spent around about 30 seconds in total, stopping a matter of 2 times and just trying to, stretch those shoes out. Maybe like what you said, a little bit of swelling there, Liz, and that's what happens in an Ironman race. You swell up. If you're retaining fluid, some people don't, do it like others and digest like others. Some you'll see them getting off the bike or running with a distended stomach, almost like a beer gut. And that's because their bodies aren't absorbing and losing it like they should.
Yeah, and whether or not they've got their sodium rate right or not. There's quite a few factors at play here, but yeah, look, they both took what they needed up there. Taylor's, Lucy's made the pass, but Taylor's not looking bad at all. It's, it's definitely not over. They come to the top of Palani and they've got a long, gradual downhill from here.
I mean, I think the run course records are just coming down and down. Of course, Kat and Laura running very fast times at Hamburg, but Hamburg's not Kona. And the elements just can really get to you at the back end of this marathon. So we'll see what Kat has up her sleeve. Right now, she looks phenomenal. I hope she keeps it up. I hope she can take that down. But I think, honestly, more than anything, Kat wants to win this race too. This is one title that she has not won, an Ironman world title. A world title of any sort. She's got 2 silver medals at 70.3, 2 silver medals at Ironman, the second fastest Ironman time in history as well in Hamburg, second to Laura Phillip. Yeah. She desperately wants a victory. It's not out of the question today, but again, that 22 seconds a mile quicker than the front ladies, 14-plus minute deficit off the bike. There would have to be some fireworks up front for her to
certainly
make it.
Is hot out onto the Queen Ka'ahumanu Highway right now as our race leader dives into the bucket of ice here, just trying to keep that body temperature right down.
I think she's hot. She really needs to cool down. So it's interesting to see that she's actually walking.
Yeah, this is we've said earlier, this race, really halfway through the marathon, she just passed that 12-mile marker. That's where things really can start changing. And Taylor Knibb, being patient, she let Lucy go. Lucy knows now she has to get that core body temperature back down. Her heart rate spiked too much. You see her; she's a little wobbly as well, which is not good.
As well.
It could be lack of energy. It could be mismanaging her nutrition on the bike. It could be the heat. But Taylor now running back onto Lucy Charles Barclay's shoulder. I don't know that I've ever seen Lucy walk like that through an aid station ever.
I mean, yeah, she's definitely struggling. She's trying to hold on, but also I think mentally now Taylor knows, okay, I got this. I'm actually back in the game, and it's interesting to see what she's going to do. If she's just going to keep going.
I don't think that Lucy can go with her because, like, when you wobble through an aid station like that, that just means that you're not okay. And I think that Taylor right now is just recognised that what's going on. It doesn't look like Taylor has changed her rhythm one little bit because she shouldn't. She should just keep running the way that she was running before because clearly Lucy is struggling. She's hot. She needs to do something to regulate that core temperature. She's got to slow down and get that ice over the body and then get going again.
The notable fact about Taylor is that this is what she looked like in the first 5K. She looks the same now. Nothing has changed. Yeah. She's at the same rhythm. I'm sure the pace has dropped a little bit with the heat and with the rises in the rise coming out of the energy lab, but she looks the same technique, same rhythm, same cadence. She's just ticking it off and keeping everything in control, doing the systems check, making sure she's doing all the things right, keeping her heart rate in check. She has a very strict plan that she likes to follow, and of course racing's racing. You have to make some adjustments as you go throughout the course, but Taylor just putting together a really solid swim, bike and run performance here today. But I mean, there's not, Lucy Charles Barclay, what more can you say? That the spirit of that young woman to be able to just continue to push on. Oh, that's Reece Barclay. I think he might be calling it.
I hope not.
Oh, yes. I think he's told her to stop. He did put his hand out, and that's Lucy Charles Barclay's husband, Reece Barclay.
It's heartbreaking.
Hard to watch.
Yeah.
Hard to watch, but
it's a dream. It's a dream falling apart. I mean, Lucy worked so hard for this. She really wanted that second win, and she gave everything with her husband, Reece, and they're a great team. They're working really hard together, and yeah, it's a really hard moment.
Sometimes it's a lonely run out there on the Queen Kaumanu Highway today for Taylor Knibb. I don't think it has been for others like Kat Matthews and for Solveig Løvseth, who are trying to nail it down and trying to win the race and trying to stay on the podium. Daniela Ryf, you've won this race 5 times. How, at this point, do you keep your mind into it?
Yeah, you're just trying to go from aid station to aid station. You're trying to cool yourself down and also knowing, okay, now it's just 8.7K to go. That means like 2 times 4. So just, you break it down.
Yeah, doing the math.
I mean, I did. Yeah, I tried to just keep myself busy, and then also knowing that you're soon within people again. And I'm pretty sure Taylor is happy that she has no one on her shoulder at the moment. It looks great for her. But I mean, this rookie, Solveig Løvseth, I mean, showing what a performance from her. She looks like she's running a little bit faster than Taylor. What do you think? Is there a chance she can still catch her?
They say that love is blind. Well, I think that Solveig has found a new love. And it's good to go in blind into this race because sometimes it's better off not knowing. Anyway, we got to see Laura Phillip just a moment ago, our defending Ironman World Champion. She's looking good as she now makes her way in toward the finish line. But right now we've got great shots panning across the Pacific Ocean right now. Chasing helis, that is Taylor Knibb as she's making her way in toward the finish line. Fatigue is definitely setting in here with 6.5 kilometres to go, 4.1 miles. The lead a moment ago was 4:02. It went back out to 4:11, which is where it is standing right now. Will it come down for Solveig right now? Will she get that information relayed back to her team? Will she be able to press the pace over the last part? Or can Kat Matthews do it? But I don't think that Kat can do it right now. I think it's all wrapped up between Taylor and Solveig right now. Danny,
That was a long walk, but
Long walk.
it was important to take that time because now it's going to be another almost 4K or 3K to the next aid station, and you don't want to break down. So I think smart of her that she took the time, and look, she's back running well. And I mean, it's 6.5K to go. It's basically not that long, but it can be still long. And I mean, I was there and I got caught by this famous woman next to me, Miranda Carefree. And yeah, no, let's hope Taylor can, keep it up.
Just trying to put one foot in the front of the other, just keep willing yourself forward. But I think she still has enough of a buffer for that to be okay. Now, if she walks beyond the aid station, it's a problem.
And this is heartbreaking to see Taylor staggering her way to the top of Palani when you're just almost so close, and that's heating up behind her. It has been an extraordinary race.
Just over an hour ago, we saw the leader of the race, Lucy Charles, out of the water and onto the bike ride today. Taylor Knibb was the one that bridged up and really put the pressure on Lucy Charles Barclay. Then it was Taylor Knibb off the bike in first place. She ran out on a beautiful run style, a beautiful pace, and she paced it perfectly just right up until the last part. The body is running out of nutrition. It is a war out there. It is a test of attrition, and right now she is going to have to find that focus because now Lovig right now is just about to overtake for the lead here, and she will go in front of Taylor Knibb. What Taylor needs to do is just slow down, take a few minutes to catch a breath, get some ice into the body, maybe sit down and have a good long talk to herself, but it's not happening right now. Poor Taylor Knibb has given it everything out here today.
Wow, this is a sight to be seen. I don't think we've ever seen anyone fall so closely.
Well, let's go back to, I think it was 1995 with Paula Newby-Fraser when she got down to the bottom of the Hualalai Road and sat on the corner. A few minutes later, Karen Smyers waltzed on by and took the victory. Paula sat there for like 20 minutes or however long it took. But let's just take a moment here. Let's just take a moment and see the pass with Lovig. So it's official now that Lovig has gone in front. Solveig Lodset has gone in front of Taylor Knibb here from the USA and now is running toward that finish line. Kat Matthews is in third place at this point in time, but Taylor just doesn't be able to, be cognizant enough to get her body up off the ground and get going again. So now that we can see that Solveig is really running toward that finish line, an iron rookie to go on and take the title for the first time on the island would be very, very special. What's going through her mind?
Oh gosh, I mean, I think she might not know how close Kat is behind her, and obviously I think Kat didn't want the announcers to call out how close she was either, and she's probably just thinking she's almost there, and she's just got to keep pushing because Kat is not going to give up, and Kat wants this. Kat wants to bring her back in. We're going to see them pass in front by the studio just shortly.
Just a few short weeks ago, just a few short weeks ago, we saw the Norwegians. They swept the podium in the IRONMAN World Championship men's race. Well, today we can tell you that another Norwegian hero is just about to come across the finish line. In the very first time that she's going to come to Kona, she turns up ready to win the race. Today she swam a 55.40 for 14th best on the day. The transition was 2 hours and 48 minutes, and that was just enough to get herself out onto the bike. She had the second fastest ride of the day at a 4:31.53, and now she is going to become your new IRONMAN World Champion. Her name is Solveig Lodset. She comes from Norway, and in her rookie year here in Kona, she will take the title as Kat Matthews is now within 100 meters. She's just got to keep it going. Here comes the Norwegian. Can she get it done? The stride shortens, but the smile widens. It is Solveig Lodset from Norway that's getting the job done today. The 2025 IRONMAN World Champion hails from Norway, Solveig Lodset. 8:28.29 on the race clock here today. And Norway takes the gold.
And a 2:55.47 to finish, and that's our Wahoo Element Rival split. Our champion with that 2:55 run, and I can guarantee it's not going to be that many seconds before we see second place coming over. And what a run that Kat Matthews has put in to take that second place.
Well, Kat Matthews right now coming into the finish line here. We can tell you that a swim time today of 55.43, the bike time 4:40.08, and getting across the line just over 30 seconds down. And what a great run that she's had today. A race record, 2 hours, 47 minutes and 29 seconds. Well, talking about backing it up. That's what she said the other day at the press conference. And now Kat Matthews, silver medal, second place in the Ironman World Championship, a new marathon race record holder. Let's give her props. Laura Philipp from Germany. She's going to hit the finish line here with a 55-minute swim. She rode a 4:40 here today alongside of Kat Matthews, and now just getting into that finish line, high-fiving the crowd from Germany. Let's give it up for our defending world champion from 2024, Laura Philipp. And getting across the finish line with a 2:55 today. Wow, what a great run it was. Just falling a little bit short out of the win here and defending that title, but she's going to be happy with the podium. Well, when it comes to racing for the first time on the Big Island, you would say that you'll be a little bit skeptical. You would say that you'll be a little bit nervous. Well, our winner today showed no signs of nerves, no signs of anything else but having a great time out there. Swimming 55.40, riding 4:31.53, one of the fastest of the day, and a 2:55.47. First time on the island, a new champion Iron rookie representing Norway, Solveig Lødseth. Let's go over and do our results of our race here today as we look at this beautiful shot. Our winner again, taking 6,000 points, representing Norway, Solveig Lødseth. In second place, Kat Matthews, Laura Philipp rounding out the top three. Then it was Hannah Berry, Lisa Purderer in the top five, Holly Lawrence, Jocelyn McCauley, Sarah Spence with a late charge, and Leonie Konstala from Germany, just getting the job done right down there in ninth place. And over to our Ironman Pro Series points rankings. I tell you what, this is all coming down to the very end. Look at that. Kat Matthews in first, Solveig Lødseth in second, Lisa Purderer falling a little bit further back, so it's a race for the win. Jackie Herring, the birthday girl today, sits in fourth place. Anna Reichman, Hannah Berry there with a great result today. Up 8 places. Marta Sanchez down 1. So too is Danielle Lewis and Laura Jansen. The big winner today, moving up 13 places, was Laura Philipp, now sitting in 10th place. Well, thanks for watching the 2025 Ironman World Championship Women's Race. Watch on-demand replays of all Ironman Pro Series broadcasts exclusively in the US and Canada. Sign up for Outside Plus today. Globally, watch the proseries.ironman.com, Ironman Try YouTube channel, or any of the other global distributors. The Ironman 70.3 World Championship kicks off in just 4 weeks' time in Marbella, Spain, with the women's race on Saturday, November 8, followed by the men's race on Sunday, November 9. And it's going to be an absolutely epic race with great fields on tap and the culmination of the 2025 Ironman Pro Series. Stay tuned to Ironman's social media channels and YouTube to catch all the exciting pre-race build-up. Until then, on behalf of Marinda Carfrey, Fenella Langridge and Laura Siddall, I am Greg Welch saying goodbye and thank you for joining us with today's coverage of the 2025 Ironman World Championship Women's Race. We'll see you in Spain.
This copyrighted broadcast of World Triathlon Corporation may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without express written consent of World Triathlon Corporation.